Alrighty boys, it's time to go over the latest comms link, which gives us information about patch 9, which is due next week, and looks like we're on track to hit Tuesday. And also a little bit more information about the content drop that we're going to be getting somewhere near the end of May. Now, there's not a lot of information here. Actually, it's kind of what you'd expect to see inside of an Ogren's head. Not much, but still, in combination with some of the stuff we've been getting from other patch notes, we can mishmash it all together and kind of have a good idea of what to expect in the coming weeks. So I want you all to join me in this discussion, stick on your tinfoil hat, warm up your little keyboard fingies, and let me know what you think about this whole situation. So the first thing that we learn is that in patch 9 we'll be getting some new free cosmetics. Yes, we're not going to have to pay for them. And these look pretty good. There are some reused assets in here, but we won't tell anyone about that. But yeah, they look pretty good. What we're looking at on screen is what I'm pretty sure is the highest set of the, the collection. There's several tiers. I think there'll be 3 total. And we unlock these by doing penances, of course. And unlike the brain-dead penances of the past, these new ones look to be not only just a lot more easier to do, but just typically a lot less aids for your team to have to deal with. You know, like the fucking psychos blowing themselves up every 3 minutes to try and get going out with a bang. Thank God that that's gone. And while I'm really happy to see these, I don't want Fat Shark to sort of fall into the habit of releasing like small cosmetics or, free cosmetics as like a primary thing in the patch. These are a very much icing on the cake situation for me. I absolutely love that they're adding them, and I hope they can continue to do so. This is a very, very good thing for the game. This absolutely cannot be a core part of a content drop. I really hope they don't fall into that trap. Now, following on from that, they also say that there will be some changes to blessings. Okay. And this will include another tier of Power Cycler. So let's tackle that first. Power Cycler. What's going to happen here? Well, I am almost certain it means that we're going to get a tier 3 version of Power Cycler. A lot of people are upset that they just can't get it because tier 4 blessings are fairly rare. And, I've not got one. I've played the game for like 700 hours. I don't have one. Honestly, I really couldn't care all that much. But yeah, I can see why this is a big deal. And they're adding in, I imagine, quote me if I'm wrong, but I think they're going to be adding a tier 3 version of Power Cycler that adds 1 additional charge as opposed to 2, which is what the current Power Cycler does. Now, Matt, if they added a tier 5, dude, I am playing nothing but melee sharpshooter. Imagine like tier 5 unlimited power, right? That would be fucking sick. But I highly doubt they're going to add something that fun into the game. It's unbalanced. It would be unbalanced, but man, that would be so much. I'd play that game all day. But generally speaking then, about the blessing changes, I've said this in my last couple of videos, and I'm sincerely hoping that they do not just go on a nerf spree and ruin the blessings that people are currently using because we like them and because they're fun. If they do that, I'm telling you, I am doing a double front flip out of my 6th story window and face planting the cold hard concrete below, because I'm sick of like having the things that I enjoy playing nerfed into the ground. And like this goes for weapon tuning as well. It's a whole thing altogether. And I keep saying this game doesn't need to be so balanced. It doesn't need to be so competitive. Just let a couple of things be overpowered. It's fine, honestly. And then after that, we finally get a tease on what is going to be dropping in the end of May content patch. And it is a concept art for a new throne side mission. Now, I have a lot to unpack here, so bear with me. And I think the first thing I want to do for context is actually just remind everyone what the last 2 content drops included, because this is going to help us temper our expectations. So the very first one included a new throne side map, funny enough, Commsplex, as well as the Ignatus Crusher and also the Power Maul. That's 2 weapons and 1 map, which is not a lot of content, let's be honest. And then after that, the second one was Tools of War. Now, Tools of War included a lot of content. There was a whole bunch of new variations of weapon types we already had, the entire crafting system, an absolute butt ton of balancing for good and for bad. But yeah, it was a huge patch. Now, those of you with the larger than average cranium size may have already caught on that both of those content drops were actually only adding content the game was supposed to have on launch. And that May is the first time that we're getting, or should be getting, is the hope, brand new content. So you have to wonder if that's the amount of content they were able to push out with stuff that they have probably been working on before the game even came out, just how much have they managed to produce since the release of Tools of War? I just can't imagine that it's a lot. And then there's another big factor that is going to affect the size of this patch in my mind, and it's Diablo 4. Now, I know some of you are going to say, well, Diablo 4, that's a different game, buddy. That's got nothing to do with this game. But whether or not you want it to, Diablo 4 is going to absolutely tank the player base, not just for Darktide, but for like literally every game ever, because it is a huge launch. And I know for a matter of fact that nearly every single person who watches my channel watches nothing but Diablo 4 content. YouTube actually shows me this. In my analytics, I can see I can see what videos my viewers watch, and it's all Diablo. It's been nothing but Diablo for weeks. So it's going to be a huge thing for Darktide, and there is absolutely no friggin' way that they don't understand this themselves. So why would you put like your biggest, bestest content out like literally a week before Diablo 4? It wouldn't make any sense. It's basically going to get swept right under the rug and nobody's going to even know about it. And that's just really bad business. That is not a good idea. If I was Fat Shark, I'm not, but if I was Fat Shark, I'd be just doing a little summon, you know, just enough to keep the players entertained for a couple of days until Diablo comes out, and then just work on this big, juicy, super sexy patch to bring out like a month or two after Diablo, like hype is starting to wind down a little bit and your players start to trickle back in. Those like all of those things put together make me feel like it is very unlikely this is going to be a huge patch. And I'm going to put my bets in here, and I'd like to hear what you guys have to think about what this patch is going to be including. But I've got my money on the Throneside map. I actually called that like weeks ago. I said it was going to be a Throneside map weeks ago, but it's going to be the map plus like 3 weapons. And, you know, obviously there's going to be some patch style stuff, and a little bit of, you know, a little bit of nerfing, a little bit of buffing. We're going to change some numbers, but it's not going to be like an insane amount of stuff. Like, as far as content goes, I'm going to say 3 weapons plus the map. And I don't think it's going to be a flash mission. I think it's going to be an investigation or a repair or something rubbish like that. Yeah, let me know what you think, because I'm really interested to hear. Maybe I've missed something in one of the patches, but I basically make it my business to read these all the time. It's what I do for half my videos, because there's nothing else to do. But yeah, let me know what you think. Don't forget to check out the Discord, by the way. We finally set that up, and there is a link to that along with all of my socials down in the description below. While you're down there, why not click the like button? It helps, you know, helps with the algorithm gods, gets the video out there. And subscribe if you haven't already. Not only am I covering Darktide, but I am also covering any other MMO ARPG that takes my fancy. You know, there will be a lot of Diablo 4 videos coming very, very soon. So if you want to be getting guides from, you know, me on that, then yeah, you know what to do. Click the subscribe button. What do you want me to say? Anyways, I'll catch you later. Peace.